That is a donkey. That's when you know I'm in Lamu. Let's get the video. Hi and welcome on my YouTube channel. My name is Waridi Kenya, and I'm so glad that you're watching this video right now. Now, today we are doing it different because today we want just to tackle some issue that concern me felt and that you, and it especially is very, very important that the young people, our parents out here, and the residents right here in Lamu County can understand more on how on the new Lamu to be. Because with the new, the Lamu port today, we expect a lot of changes to happen, and sometimes we need some experts to give us and or outsiders to help us understand some things and some critical issue, especially when it comes to education. Education is key, and let us know how you're going to handle this
My
key.
name is
And
Paul Adoj. I'm the Executive Director at Trace Kenya. Now, Trace Kenya is a counter-trafficking in persons organization. That means it's an organization that fights human trafficking. And we've been working in the coastal region of Kenya for the last 15 years, mainly dominated in Mombasa, Kilifi, and Kwale. Uh, and human trafficking within the coast manifests itself in two manners. One is on sexual exploitation, particularly of children and women, and the other one is on labor exploitation, again majorly for young. We would like to do a little more in Lamu for obvious reasons that Lamu is a growing city and soon it's going to be big, much bigger than we can possibly imagine it, because it has huge potential for that kind because of growth. Increasingly, as young people in Lamu are already noticing this themselves. When the opportunities, for example, the new port, they find that they cannot qualify for them because they do not have the requisite documentations for the same. And this is going to be more and more so. And soon they'll be very frustrated by the fact that these opportunities are right at their doorstep, but they cannot be able to access them. So that's why we are here to dialogue, talk to them, and encourage them.
if my dad was a fisherman, I should forget about the inheritance stuff. Now, Lamu also is still a UNESCO heritage site. So, what is your comment about, we still cherish, we still value our old town right here, and tourism equal to within. So, I can do something, you can go fishing, I can go touring and all that. What about our heritage?
The bottom line in anything you've inherited is what value do you add to it so that it makes you wealthier, more progressive. If you don't add any value, then you are shame to your forebearers. It should be shame on you. If we are, like you say, UNESCO heritage site, I mean, that's a big advantage. But what are the young people doing? Our forefathers were earning money without that heritage bit of it. Now that we are, what value do you add to it? Do you add to it by just scrimping on what has always existed? So the argument is, what value do you add to it? For instance, the value could be, if you are young and you are from Lamu, you could put all this on the website, for instance, or in the internet, or in the YouTube, or whatever social media that exists, so that you drive more people to see your world heritage. At the same time, you protect the heritage more for posterity. But if you just sit back and say, my grandfather used to earn from this 50 shillings per week, do you also want to earn 50 shillings per week? Well, shame on you. You should encourage yourself to earn more, to drive it more, to open up Lamu to other people in a manner that is beyond. Even if you look at the hotel industry or the hospitality industry, it keeps improving itself. Even during difficult times, it keeps improving itself, which means then it opens itself up to better opportunities for investors and other people that want to use the facilities for the future. That's what Lamu should look up. If we don't do it, what will eventually happen is that the mainland across this stretch will have those better facilities, and people will only be staying there the whole day and come on a boat across to walk along these old streets and look at people here and there, and then go back. This will breed resentment. start saying, these guys come and look at us like some zoo. But if we do what I'm saying, we'll improve on what we already inherited. We'll add value to it. We'll charge premium for it. We'll say, hey, if you want to come to Lamu, no problem, but stay on the Manda side or Mokoe side. If you cross over to our side just to have a look at our street, we'll charge you an extra $1,000. And for I can assure you, people will be willing to pay that. But if you live on what you have, first it will atrophy, it will shrink, it will break, then you'll become resentful. But if you add value to it, I mean, you'll become wealthy and happy. And that's what we seek for people of Lamu.
Can you help us understand about now the political aspect now that people come here, invest here, and all that? Politically, how it's gonna is it gonna be affected as an analyst?
Lamu is an extremely attractive place. I've already mentioned on investment. Now, in terms of politics, the local population are used to doing politics from a local perspective, and that is given. Politics, national or otherwise, is always first local. And but again, if Lamu people start feeling like we are losing out on Lamu, the Lamu we knew, where the people who ran the entire county, for example, came from the island, sooner or later they'll start realizing that the bigger population that comes in wants a chunk of this because it will be to their benefit that things are favors them. If let's say right now the population of Lamu is about 150,000, if another 150,000 non-traditional Lamu people come here, they'll have 50% share stake in Lamu, yeah? And they'll want things that favor them. So you cannot say, I've been here for donkey years and therefore I'm going to call the shots. They say, but what the hell have you done for those donkey years to make a difference in Lamu? We've been here for 5 years, but we've made a difference. And what they consider a difference will not necessarily be what you consider a difference. For you, you'll say, oh, you've come here and now you're spoiling our heritage. They'll say, no, we've come here and we've made your city beautiful. We found this place with mangrove shrubs only. Now we have beautiful cities and lights and stuff. That's how they'll argue, and they'll have a point. You too, you'll have a point. So basically, what you're saying is that the residents of Lamu first must also be ready for that change because it's gonna come, whether you like it or not. Lamu has the biggest port in this region. It's gonna be one of the biggest ports in Africa, perhaps only second to the Moroccan port, Tangier port, and Durban. By the way, it's going to be one of the biggest. It's going to open up northern part of Kenya and the southern part of Ethiopia and South Sudan. The rail track once done, in another 10 years, you'll not recognize this place. And if Lamu young people do not want to benefit from this, they'll only sit back and watch. And that's going to happen. So any young Lamu resident or citizen, let me call them citizens, should take up these opportunities. They should be more upfront. And the best way of doing it is to get yourself an education. It doesn't mean go back to class if you've reached maybe 35 and you don't want to go back to formal school. Come on, read back, read. Train yourself to read, get formal training, go to vocational training institutes. Make sure you just have an upper hand.
Okay. Okay. Well, I love the way you put it there, the analyst aspect. Now, I hope you have subscribed this channel. Kindly do so right here. Do subscribe and for this and much more. I would love you give us a parting shot as we wind up this. This is the reflection of education in Lamu in 10 years to come. Kindly just give us a parting shot, and I would love also you speak to the youths of Lamu.
Okay, to the youth of Lamu, I'll tell them that there are only two things that open up your mind. One is education. Anything, what its cause or what its name is written someplace. Secondly, be willing to get yourself exposed. And exposed could mean visits, open your minds to what is happening elsewhere, not necessarily driven by the negative, because there are many negative things as well which are written or which are out there. Expose your minds and open up your minds, change your attitude, open up your minds. Lamu is gonna be great. So pick it up. It's already great. It's gonna just get better and better.
Well, this is your time. This is my time. This is time is now. So let's take it up. And thank you so much for watching this video. My name is Waridi Kenya. Keep it right here.